Hey everyone, Sachin from Reef here. This is my 3000 plus litre in-wall reef system based in Bali, Indonesia. Well, this is what it used to look like. So this reef tank is about 3 years old. This is us putting the big pane of glass in. It is a fiberglass tank, so there's one viewing panel in the front, and it is inbuilt when we renovated the house. Now, we were pretty happy with the tank overall. It was growing in well, but we just had some issues with the Tridus. It was very clunky. We had lots of pests, and I just decided it needed a rescape. So when I was looking this up, I was trying to find a solution where we didn't have to pull everything out and put into holding tanks, and I couldn't find anything really on YouTube explaining this. So I had a plan, and basically it would be done in segments. So here we are. We ordered some negative space, or the cool sort of new bonsai aquascape or reefscape from a friend of mine in Java. We divided the tank into thirds, which is the rule of design. And we only ordered 2/3 of the rockscape first. So you can see there, there's three pieces, so it's kind of 2/3 of the entire scape. We left the end there empty because we kind of wanted to see how everything settled in first. And since we're doing this in segments or stages, it allowed us some flexibility towards the end there. Now, the idea behind this was to do it in segments so that we wouldn't shock the, I guess, the microbiome or the bacteria in the reef tank, and it wouldn't sort of trigger another cycle. Since it's a mixed reef, it has a lot of SPS, a lot of LPS as well, and most of the colonies were grown out quite big from frags. You can see here a bit of a time lapse. So every time we pulled out a segment, it would be kind of a weekend, or after sort of a week or two, I would clean up the sand bed down below, suck up most of the detritus, clean the sand, and yeah, the plan seemed to work quite well. This is our first segment. Me and my friend here are pulling everything out. We're basically pulling out almost 180 kilos, or about, I guess, 400 pounds or 350 pounds of live rock. So it took some time, but it was nice because you got to do a thirds of the reefscape. You got to sort of consider things, and the best part of it, I didn't have to have these big holding tanks. I didn't shock the system, and the fish, they were kind of freaked out a little bit, but they didn't seem to mind it. Anyways, I'm sort of getting ahead and rambling on here. So here we are pulling out the major colonies from I guess, the first third or the first half. We were kind of cutting back things, working out what we're going to salvage, what we're going to keep. Most of the bigger pieces, like the fast-growing barley slimers, the fast-growing Montipora caps, and also sort of the bird's nest, they were trimmed back. I kept multiple cuttings of each colony, and yeah, it was going to be planted in within a few more days. So if I skip ahead here, so this is probably going ahead about 2 or 3 weeks from the initial far left end aquascape going in. I'm doing sort of the middle one this weekend. It is, as you can see, way more spacious. The fish have way more swimming room. The only concern I had was that not all the fish seem to have a sleeping spot at night. So that caused some aggression, and I kind of counteracted this or mitigated it by just overfeeding the tank for a couple of weeks. Now, the one big bonus that I noticed straight away was that my nitrates dropped down significantly. I was always hovering at around 25 to 35 ppm nitrates on the Hannah checker, and some of my SPS colors always looked a bit dull. Phosphates were okay at 0.01 to 0.08, but I really wanted to suppress my nitrates. So cleaning all this stuff out and getting that old rockwork out really helped with my nitrates, which was great. Now, are you ready? I don't actually have a time lapse or a clip of that final end, but I do have a clip of how the tank looks these days. So without further ado, this is what my tank looks like about 3 months later. It's starting to definitely grow in. I've managed to move most of the larger colonies around, and here's some close-ups and some eye candy. I have quite a few mid-sized to large-sized colonies. All of these were grown from frags. I had a bit of a cyano problem about a week and a half ago, and after I got rid of cyano, the dinos came up. Now, I can only say this was a delayed mini cycle because this only appeared probably about 3 or 4 months now after, actually a little bit more, almost 5 months after I redid the rockwork. So right after I rescaped everything, I didn't notice any spikes of nitrates. In fact, it just went down like I mentioned. No ugly stage or anything. But yeah, I guess something happened about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and cyanide popped up pretty badly. Couldn't get rid of it. Used some chemiclean, and then now we've gotten rid of that, and it's just some dinos. So the dinos are slowly disappearing with my DIY UV and sort of a bit of bacteria dosing. And yeah, I would say that all in all, the Rescape was definitely a success. The acros are looking, in my opinion, really good. The colors are really good. Some things are looking a little bit lighter because my phosphates are probably a little bit low here, but all in all, I'm super happy with how everything's turned out. So, if anyone's wondering how to completely rescape an established reef, if this is something that you're thinking about, you can do it in segments, and that's how I would recommend doing it. There is a little bit of work, but in my opinion, there's far less work than doing the whole thing all at once, putting it into holding tanks, and then hoping everything survives to put it back in. I've done that a couple times in the past, many years ago, and it always ends up being a 2 to 3 a.m. job, even though you started like super early. So that's all for this little, well, kind of long update. I hope you enjoy it, and here's some more eye candy of my 3,000 litre in-wall mixed reef system. Thank you. Happy reefing.